Yo, what is up, my Shadow Armies? It is I, Shadow Critias, back again with another versus matchup video. So yes, today I bring you guys a versus matchup video that I've been wanting to do for quite a long ass time. And this is the matchup that I would like to see in Death Battle or any versus matchup videos in other YouTubers. And that is Clare from Claymore versus Guts from Berserk. And before I continue on, this is going to be my personal opinion on who I believe actually would win. And let me know your thoughts and opinions in the description below on who you guys believe actually will win the fight between these two characters. And I'm going to say this right now, if anyone's going to start commenting saying that I never read Berserk, or that I'm, not being biased, or not being playing favoritism and all that, I'm going to clear this right now. I'm not going to be biased, and I'm not going to play any favorites, and I have read Berserk because I'm starting reading Berserk. And I don't want to hear any petty bullshit in the comment section. If I see any of that, y'all comments are going to get removed, or the comment section is going to turn off. So, keep that shit in mind, and think straight before you act. If you guys have not read Claymore, read the manga before you come over to this video, before you comment on it. Because I'd rather have someone to have some comment fucking sense and not be a pettiest fanboys on certain things because over a fucking opinion of my own. So if you don't like it, fuck off. As my opinion, you have your own opinion. We're all different. Not everyone have the same opinions. So get that shit in your fucking head. But anyway, so yeah, the matchup, I haven't thought of this and do my research, even going back and read the Claymore manga, and knowing more about Guts and doing more research about him. This fight is actually very, very close and is very interesting. This fight will be bloody. I will admit, this fight would be bloody fights. And again, this is just my personal opinion on who I believe actually would win. If you guys have your own, let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So we're gonna start with Guts. So when it comes to Guts, he's basically a tank, if you think about it. And if you guys know his origin, that he was trained to become a mercenary and trained how to use a sword. And he's the type of person that not to be fucked with. And he's literally a man slayer, like a 100-man slayer. Like, he killed over 100 soldiers in one night, dodging I hope I butchered this guy's name right, Genshika's lightning, and not only that, crack his skin tougher than steel, and tackled a supersonic ape soul, whatever you fucking butcher the fucking word or whatever. Even fought evenly with Zod, even defeating the most powerful creatures in Berserk. And there's something I kind of disagree here, that he able to beat the Sea God, which that doesn't count as defeat because he had his friends to help him out to defeat the Sea God. But the reason why I say that, because that's not a feat if you have someone to help you out. So, yeah. Like, Guts had to do this by himself without anyone to help him out. And if he didn't have his friends to help him out and defeat the Sea God, Guts would have defeated the Sea God. He would have died. And not only that, Guts' strength is fucking insane. Like, he's a tank, a brawler, and good lord, if you try to put him down and make him injured, he's still gonna keep getting back up. Like, he will never stay the fuck down. Like, you don't understand. His physical strength are fucking insane. and it's fucking crazy. And when it comes to his weapon is the Dragon Slayer sword, which is the biggest sword and the most powerful weapon in the Berserk. And he has a throwing dagger, mini bombs, and he does have his mechanical arm, which goes with 2 weapons, a crossbow and a single shot cannon. And he does have a form, which is his armor when he goes Berserker armor, and basically go Berserk mode, which it gives him the ability to enhance his strength and his durability, and also gives him a healing factor where he used his ability of his Berserk form. Basically, let's say, oh, his arm is all twisted and broken, he could twist it right back, like, automatically, like, he can feel the pain. But the only way he uses if he lets his negative emotion get to him, anger and hatred. And there is a downside of this. If there's no one there to, snap out of it, he will actually lose sight of him. Which means the beast will actually take over Gus's body. And take it as its own. So there's that. And, so basically, Gus takes the edge of physical strength, durability. Hold on. I want to make sure I put this down right, because I gave each of the characters of the edge. Yeah, okay. So basically, Gus takes the edge of physical strength, durability, endurance, and weaponry. So yeah, Gus takes the edge of those 3 as a whole, because is fucking Gus. Like, what else do I need to say more about this guy? He's a tanker, a brawler, a person you cannot put him down unless you decapitate his head. So, yeah, he's fucking insane. Now, when it comes to Clare, on the other hand, oh boy, how do I put this? She is, ever since she was a little girl, she was found by a young woman named Teresa, who, later on after her death, Clare was adopted to be trained and raised by other female warriors of, Claymore. So basically she's been trained to become a Soldiers Act warrior of Claymore. And her strength is basically like your normal, typical superhuman women, but just a normal strength for a female. But her speed and agility are completely the same, and a lot more faster than a normal human. And she is a skillful fighter in her own way. Plus, when it comes to her abilities, she has Yoki senses, Yoki manipulation. She has regeneration and longer factor, whatever you forgot. Basically, she does have healing factors, and she does have, how to put this, like, if she lost an arm, she could put it right back, and it just wait until it heals. So yeah, she could do that. Soul leaking. So basically, like, I can't remember how that worked, but she does have that kind of ability. And she does have an awakening form, which is like a, like, one of her arm becomes like a claw, and her back has some more claws. Kind of like a spider, so to speak, but as a, like, claws as a weapon. And her foot turns to like a horse, which give her a most powerful kick and speed, which that gives her enhance her speed and agility. And of course, she does have one of the most powerful form, which is kind of like a cheat code, which she could turn into Teresa herself, because Clare has the flesh of Teresa part of her. So basically, that only happened once in the final battle of Claymore, where Teresa is part of her, and so basically Teresa will take over the fight, and Clare is going to remain inside. So basically, you're facing Clare, but the outside you're facing Teresa, who literally have more experience, a lot more experience of fighting and battle and everything else. And that actually goes the edge to Clare. Clare does have, she also have her own experience when it comes to fighting and battle and so on and so forth. So, yeah. And her weapon of choice is just a simple sword, which is called the quick sword, which we also don't know what kind of metal is made. And also people say Guts' sword could cut and break her sword in half, but we honestly don't know what it made, and that sword is tough as steel as well. Like, that sword literally could cut through anything. Like, it literally cut the most powerful, dangerous enemies in Claymore. So that sword is tough as steel, and we don't see in the manga if that sword even breaks. They never showed it in the manga. It never showed it was cracked. It never showed it break. So we could say that the sword is made of something that is a lot more harder to break than your normal actual metal, steel. So we honestly don't know what kind of metal that sword is actually based off. So, yeah. Now, when it comes to her edge, she does have the edge when it comes to speed and agility, and her battle experience and enhancement. She has the edge of that, and her broken abilities and healing factors. Clare takes the edge of that. So yeah, this is the reason why this is the most closest fight between both of these two characters. Again, you have a brawler of a tanker, and then you have the more flexible and speed type fighter, like a jet. So basically, it's like a tank go up against a jet, so to speak. Physical strength, durability, and weaponry against speed and agility, battle experience enhancement, and broken ability and healing factors. This will be a close fight for both of them, and it's hard to say who would win. I mean, you guys could argue that there's a chance that Guts would win, and someone that will say Clare would win. But here's the thing. Guts never backs down. He just keeps going and keeps fighting. Where Clare, on the hand, when things doesn't go to her favor and where she knows she cannot win, she will retreat back and think another way to beat her opponents. Unlike Guts, he doesn't. He just wings it and goes to the bitter end, and he'd rather die than retreat. Again, you cannot put this guy down unless you decapitate his head. And not only that, both of them has similar forms. If Guts doesn't have anyone to snap him out of it, the beast in the armor will basically take over the body of Guts. Or Clare, on the hand, of her awakened form, if she uses, she loses sight of her humanity, but she does come back thanks to that one person to make her remember who he is and herself, which that kind of helps her to have Teresa unlocking ability. So it's actually stated that Teresa is actually the most powerful Claymore warriors in the Claymore franchise, and whenever she's in battle, she never breaks a sweat. And even Clare will know there's an enemy that she cannot beat. There's the time she has to team up with people. Same goes for Guts as well. And not only that, and Guts refused to use the Berserker armor abilities. So basically, Guts had to go the old-fashioned way to, recover and be healed in the normal way. So you guys know how this fight will go and turns out. Like, if it comes down to it, if Guts doesn't back down or give up, Clare will have no choice to use her awakened ability or using Teresa to end the fight. And I know some people are going to say that Teresa is like the cheat code for Clare for any battle, but it only happens one time thing, and that's it. And I completely understand why people think that's kind of like a cheat code, but to be honest, that's her second trump card if things gets worse. And yeah, so basically, you guys know who I'm going with. It will be close fight, bloody and brutal, but in my personal opinion, and the most highest difficulty victor and winner of this fight, I declare Clare from Claymore the winner. Well, guys, hope you guys enjoy the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below to what you guys saying. Do you guys agree or disagree? Do you guys think that Gus should have won this matchup? Or do you think Clare is the victor of this matchup? Again, I know some people are going to disagree with me on this. Again, this is just my personal opinion because I read both of the manga. I started reading Berserk, and I already know about Gus' abilities and his weaponry and his feats before I even read the damn manga. And I know some people say, and gonna be fucking petty as all hell, saying, you never read Berserk, which I just said, I'm starting reading Berserk. I already know who the fuck Guts is, and his abilities, his weapons, and his feats. So don't try me with that shit. And I know some people are gonna keep saying that Guts will win, hands down, because this is not debate. Like, that shows that you guys never read Claymore, and never read other mangas besides Berserk because you guys are too fanboyish and too pettiness and too damn lazy to read other fucking mangas. So, yeah, in my personal opinion, Clare wins. And it's a close fight, evenly matched, and I can see either one to win, but if I had to choose, Clare is the victor. And Clare will come out alive, badly injured, badly bloody, and the most difficult, most brutal fight that she ever had against Guts. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social media will be down below. Sketch box, you guys know the drill. Links to my Cash App and my PayPal will be down below. Sketch box and in my bio if you guys wanted to support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. New before Critias, and I'll see you guys later.